Hello and good morning. It's Gary Champion, psychic medium with horoscopes for everyone. I hope you're having a good year. Mine has been particularly good. Quite happy with the shows that I'm doing and the personal success that I've had. And you know how this works. I take this piece of paper that has just the astrological signs on it, and it has a lot of stuff, but I don't read that. I'm not an astrologer. I'm a psychic medium doing readings without the benefit of planets or stars or retrograde or any of that stuff, which I don't understand. Psychic medium's approach to horoscope readings. And I'll just check them off as I go with my handy little cheap ink pen. So this is for November 2019, which should be up today or tomorrow, I think. It sounds all iffy, doesn't it? Well, here's a clue. Life can be iffy if you don't listen. If you listen, life is pretty sweet. Okay, starting with Aries. Something about a 1-2 punch. Some kind of a delivery of a cause. You're pacing around wondering what's going to happen. Next April has some significance to you. This is kind of scattered, isn't it? Your belief system is strong. Stick with that. Somebody comes by and says, ooh, do this. Ignore them. You know what you need to be doing. Advice that's free. Heck, even if you pay for it, it's not worth anything. Your internal system is working very good. Listen to what it's saying. Stop struggling with it. I don't know why this is coming out for you, but you seem to struggle with what you deem needs to be instead of what actually is. Stop struggling with it. Things are evolving as they should. I love it when I hear that. I don't hear it very often, but things are evolving as they should. Like that one. Taurus. Your conclusions are all wrong. You're thinking about what may happen instead of what will happen. There's a lot of this. The last reading was something like this too. Let your conscience be your guide. Apparently you haven't been doing a lot of that. If it feels wrong to you, don't do it. And I'm going to say that your conscience is not the devil and the angel on your shoulder saying, I do this and I do that. It's a matter of balance and what works for you. Your conscience could also be considered your spiritual understanding of what's right and wrong, what's going to work for you and what won't. And when it feels wrong, it is wrong for you in particular. You have a lot of self-doubts. Put those aside. When you're confronted by something, if you just close your eyes and give it a good, relaxing thought, the answer will usually come to you. I had one this morning. I have something on my website that's been there for a while, and I thought, I don't want to do those anymore. I don't know why. Gallery readings. Used to do a lot of gallery readings. I hardly do any of them anymore. And there's probably a reason for it, because things can be revealed in a gallery reading that people in the audience don't want to hear. I don't have a filter. So during gallery readings, I might point at someone and say something, and now I've opened up a can of worms that they didn't want to be. So gallery readings are risky. I can't say, oh, I won't say that. I don't have that filter. Most mediums do. I just don't. So I gave it a good thought about 6 o'clock this morning. Decided I just didn't want to do them anymore. They're too risky, not for me, but for those in the audience. So you have similar tasks that are coming up for you, which might expose you to something that you don't want to be exposed to. So weigh things carefully. Maybe it's something you want to exclude from what you're doing now simply because it didn't work. Not everything you come up with is intended to work. It's not. You might have thoughts about things that you would like to do, but that doesn't mean you should do them. This is like that. Well, these are long. Gemini, someone's making false promises. They're saying that they're claiming that they can do this and that, when they actually can't. They have no more control over what this is than you do. They're claiming they can, I can make that disappear. The truth is they can hide it, but it's still there. So trust your instincts. There's a lot of that going on in these readings today. People not trusting your instincts. So trust your instincts. They're usually good for you, but not for anybody else. So someone's making a lot of false promises about what they're going to do. And if you look at it closely, you'll see there's no way they can do it. They're just lying. They probably just want to hang around a little longer or get a bigger piece of the pie or get paid more, something. And don't let personal stuff get in the way of making this. This is a business decision of some kind. You have to almost, even if it's personal, you have to look at it as a business decision. What's right for you, what's right for your life involves everything. It doesn't just involve personal stuff. If you're having a personal issue and you want to resolve it, that also reflects on your business person. Things going wrong here, it affects this. Something going wrong in business, it affects your personal life. Strike a balance between the two. Cancer, it may be time to give up on love for the short term. I like to hear that, but I've done that as well. Love's not working for you. Spend your time on working on yourself. Discover who you are and what you want to do. Personal things, put them aside for now until you clear up whatever this is. Personal things just don't work for you. And you tend to fool around dodging the issue of relationships until it's too late to do anything about it. And then it just comes apart. So fixate on you right now. That's not usually a good thing. I don't usually say, this is all about you, but right now it should be. It should be all about you. You're the most important person in your life. And you should be the most important person in your life. So resolve those issues you have, but it's going to take time. Leo, stop what you're doing because you're doing it wrong. That's actually the title of a little rock song made by a never heard of group from the 60s. Called River City Street Band, Fayetteville, Arkansas, recorded in Memphis at Stax Studios, which is no longer there. But one of them wrote a song, Stop What You're Doing Because You're Doing It Wrong. Why? Because I knew the members of the band, and they're playing that for me. So you're heading the wrong direction. Back up and seek advice from those around you who seem to be seeing it better than you. Don't be bullheaded and just, Don't be bullheaded and just charge, keep going this direction because it doesn't work out very well. And turn around and go the other way and then seek advice from those closest to you about what they think. Take that into account and then move forward. You're not able to judge this because you're too close to it. It's affecting everything you're doing. Back up and go at it from a different direction. Seek advice of those around you. That's not something I usually say, but I think in this case, your judgment is tainted by who you are. These are strange. Virgo, relax a little and let the world go by in front of you. Be an observer for a short period of time. Don't interact. Don't try and force things. Don't try and push things to some conclusion that you've already predetermined. You know, if you determine that this is going to happen and you shove toward it, you miss your mark. Be an observer for a while and see if you can't figure out the way your world is actually working. There's a time to do and a time to sit and be idle and just watch the train go by, or get on the train and watch the landscape go by. Try not to interact with it or change it or alter it in some way that suits you. Just observe what it is. And by doing that, you become more in tune with your intuitive self. Don't act toward everything as though it needs to respond to you. Observe what it is and figure out what it should be. That's a strange one too. Libra, you're almost there. You're very close to a goal. Maybe you don't even realize what the goal is, and it has something to do with some kind of personal issues. You know, maybe the way you dress, the way you act. You're coming out as a person. And it's more than the people around you are doing. You're blossoming in some way. Maybe you're unaware of it. Things have changed. Things are not the same. And maybe it's happened so gradually that you haven't noticed it, but people around you have noticed it. And some of them might say you've changed. What's happening is you're evolving quicker than the people around you. You're at a little faster pace lately. And the reason why is it has to be that way. That's the way your life is evolving, and it's evolving quicker at this particular time than anybody else around you. So it appears as though a big change has happened when really, if it had taken over a long period of time, it wouldn't mean anything. Did I actually say all of that? I usually hate people who say trust me, but I think that's one you have to trust me on. Scorpio, about face. You've missed something vital to your performance as a human being. You've missed the calling. You've run past what you should be doing. Your personal intent is clear, but not to you. Go back. You've missed a step. In the evolution of a human, you miss a step, you suffer from then on. Without this particular knowledge, these things don't work. Back up, see if you can acquire the knowledge that you need to do this. Sagittarius. There should be a song called Sagittarius. It's painfully aware that your lack of knowledge about a particular subject is indeed deep. You can't bluff your way through. Acquire the knowledge necessary to pursue this before you pursue it. I was talking to someone the other day and they said, should I find something to do that I'm just automatically good at? You know, that I can just walk out and it'll just happen? Probably not. I sent juggling balls in a little booklet that I found in a bookstore to someone I knew, and their mother said that they took it out and just started throwing the balls in the air thinking that they would automatically be able to juggle. No, the balls are the implements. It's a learned experience. Capricorn, steadily climbing, even more, even more. I think you're there. I think you've arrived at what it is that your instincts are clear. You've arrived at what it is that you do best. All you need to do is keep doing it. But you might try altering it in a way that makes it less boring. Repetition does make things boring. So do it less often or do it in a different way. where you don't get bored with it. When you get bored with something, you're pretty much done with it. And I believe this is the deal for you. Aquarius. Something interesting is going to happen by happenstance. You're going to be standing on a corner, you're going to be in a crowd of people, you're going to be at a party, you'll be in an elevator, and someone will come up and say something. This is your clue to react in the way that you need to. It's a personal thing. A mischance is going to come by in front of you again. This happenstance thing is similar to something. Someone asked you to do something and you passed on it. But now, in retrospect, it looks like that would have been a good deal to do. Well, it's going to come by again. And your zeal for something has not been unnoticed. People have noticed your interest in things. You sort of take things on personally, you know, in a way that revitalizes you. So don't let this failed, missed opportunity that's coming by again go past you. It may look a little different, but it's the same opportunity. It may be a different dog that's walking in front of you, but it's still a dog. He's brown now, he's not yellow or red or whatever dogs are. But it's the same dog. It may be disguised in its origins as to what it is, but it turns out to be the same dog. Pisces, you're doing something habit forming that's destroying your health. Stop doing it. It's time for a makeover. It's time for you to redo yourself in a way that pleases you and less for others. Dress for success, but do it in a way that makes you happy. I don't have to worry about what other people think. I can tell my wife she looks great in a dress, but if she doesn't think she looks great in a dress, it doesn't mean anything. That's horoscopes for everyone, November 2019. Again, I hope you're having as good a year as I am. And attitude has a lot to do with it. If you always think that you're striking out, then you are. If you always think that even though maybe you didn't attain what the goal you set, you still learned a lot, that's still a success. Failure has different levels. And failure teaches us a lot of things we can't learn by winning. No fear, no regret, no anger. Thanks for watching.